Hello, welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Here come the latest updates. Vietnam currently has 112 laboratories capable of testing new strains of coronavirus. In the coming term, the testing will focus on people from abroad coming to Vietnam and health workers working in high-risk places. That is the information from the online conference to evaluate the testing in prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic organized by the Ministry of Health on April the 23rd. By April 23, 2020, Vietnam has had 268 cases of COVID-19, of which 223 patients were declared cured. This result is due to the good performance of screening tests. Currently, there are 112 laboratories nationwide capable of testing for a detection of new coronavirus infection using real-time RT-PCR. The maximum testing capacity of these rooms is more than 27,000 samples per day. The number of sample tested so far has been more than 163,300 samples, of which 268 was found positive. In Đồng Nai alone, 3 units allowed to test for new strain of coronavirus have tested more than 300 samples and found 1 positive case. At the conference, the units discussed the difficulties in testing and proposed focusing solutions in the near future. Deputy Minister of Health Đỗ Xuân Tuyên emphasized that the goals of the test is to detect, monitor, isolate, treat, and conduct scientific research. In the near future, test subjects will focus on all people from abroad entering Vietnam and health workers working in high-risk health facilities. According to the State Bank of Vietnam, Đồng Nai branch, in order to support businesses to overcome difficulties due to the COVID-19 pandemic, credit institutions in the province have restructured the terms of repayment, exemption, and reduction of loan interest for about 130 businesses with nearly 5,000 billion Vietnam đồng. Enterprises benefiting from this policy mostly operate in the field of furniture, import and export. Previously, they borrowed capitals and used it for the right purpose, but due to the pandemic, production was stagnant and unable to repay debts on time. Currently, credit institutions in Đồng Nai are continuing to review. Enterprises who are borrowing money if facing difficulties need to contact banks directly to enjoy the benefits of the loan interest rescheduling, exemption, or reduction. The State Bank of Vietnam of Đồng Nai branch instructed that in the coming term, credit institutions in the area should not increase deposit or lending interest rates and strictly comply with the provisions on the ceiling interest rate for priority areas. Leaders of 27 EU member states of EU on April 23rd ended the online summit with a reaching agreement on the size and mechanism of distribution of bailout packages to help restore the member economies after the COVID-19 pandemic. At the end of the 4-hour online summit, after reaching an emergency rescue package of more than 500 billion euros agreed last week, leaders of EU countries reached a consensus that the continent needs adding a huge economic recovery fund to revive member economies. However, countries have not been able to agree on the scale and the mode of the operation of the recovery fund. The biggest conflict now relates to how much funds are allocated to member countries in need. According to the Jakarta Traffic Police Department, the number of vehicles leaving the Jakarta area skyrocketed on April 23rd. Accordingly, at the toll gate of the Sikabat-Utama Expressway, traffic volume increased by 27% during the day. Within the past 2 days, the number of vehicles leaving Jakarta through these toll gates has been 44,550 vehicles. Massive transport had left the Jakarta area before the government's ban on returning homeland took place on April 24th. The ban was made in the context that the COVID-19 cases and deaths in Indonesia, particularly in Jakarta, continued to rise. In addition, the ban to stop the huge movement to the homeland usually takes place during the annual Ramadan before the great Muslim holiday Eid al-Fitr. Scientists believe that with these preventive measures, this movement will cause Indonesia to reach COVID-19 peak in May with nearly 1 million cases. That's all of the news for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.